Oh, there we go. My camera was off. I don't know if I can do this real quick. See if I can get to the, what you call it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. What you call it? Mute. In my stock. It's cold. It's cold in here. Well, stock's cold anyway. Hey Steve, what's going on, man? Just out here running some bushings. Trying to get caught up on the show in March. I know it's 2 months away, but you know, never can be too early, I guess. Where'd it go? I know I have it here somewhere. Have my scale. There it is. I come off 1.25 inches off the face. There we go. So I turn back 1 inch 80 thou. Yeah, it is a fact because I've got several sets to make. Right now I'm going to be running adapters. So just I don't know if you can, can't see where I'm at. I'm just setting up my program. I'm on G54, I'm on there, so file, adapter A's, here we go, load it. All right, so file, there we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna set up and set my Z0. Turn it on, and all I'm doing is referencing the face of the material right there. I usually take a face cut off of it, make it flat. And right there, I want to take a little bit off, finish a little bit, so I'll set up my program to do 5,000 off of that, so it'll come in and take 5,000 off. So. Uh-oh, it looks like, oh, I thought it froze for a second. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not a very big machine, but it works for what I'm doing. It actually works really well. Which I'm surprised at how accurate this thing really is. For being I guess you want to call it entry-level CNC. I mean, it is expensive, brand new. They just come out with a new one. It's about $35,000 brand new. I bought this one used back in July, and it's been doing pretty good, you know, for me. So what I do on this is I'll come back and set my, that's what they call my safety point, or it's a G30. What it does is it comes out this far to do tool changes, and what it does is it's like a clearance plane. So every time it does a tool change, it comes out this way. Even though I'm set up with gang tooling, I would have liked to have gone to turret, but this didn't have the option. I can add the option, but in order to add the turret option, it's I have to go through Tormac, and it's like $5,000, $4,995 plus shipping. So I would like to have the turret, but I've heard they had a lot of problems with the turrets. So this works for me. I'm limited on my tooling, but it's pretty good. I might have another block like this down here instead of the quick change tool post holder. But for now, I've got this set up as my parting tool, my grooving tool, and also my threading tool, because I can just pop the tool off like so. This bar is in the way. I might be able to drop that down. Maybe that'll help. Maybe not. Can't tell. Let the video catch up. It's like 6 seconds behind. But yeah, and this is the quick change tool holder. And it allows me to change tools like from there to this tool here. So it does pretty good. It once you set these tools up there and you use this tool changer, it's pretty accurate. It's a lot of the manual machines, but this has the option that you can do gang tooling, turret, and this. So I use both of these, which is it lets me set up basically unlimited tools using this way. I might stay with this and I might change this setup a little bit. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I've been running for about 6-7 months now, 6 months. So yeah, actually I've been running it longer, but well, not this one, but I've been running machines longer, so it works pretty good. Yeah, as long as it works is yeah, that's very true. There's a TV behind me. That's how I'm reading the comments. So if I seem distracted, I'm kind of reading the comments. Unlike some people where they have it in front of them, I don't. So yeah, right now I'm really set up to run. So I just put this down here and basically just cycle start. Doing my facing operation. I don't know if I can I'll bring this along here. I'm turning the OD right now for the, these are adapters. These go inside the mandrel bushings. It was the last roughing cut. Then it's going to go change tools, back face that, then come back and change the, turn the large diameter. Try to say OD and diameter at the same time. Odometer. The large OD. And if I haven't changed my program, which sometimes I tweak it, so it'll come back here. It does a tool change. I actually have a break in it, so I hit cycle start. I'll take that out after I run the first one. So this changes the, turns into the finish pass. So it takes about 10 thousandths off of it, that's it. Then it comes back and it should stop. There you go. And over here to my program, I have a stop says check my 247 diameter, and that's the program there. Yeah, it does cut it pretty good. I wish it would cut faster and a more deeper cut, but for now, this is all I got. But I mean, it works perfect. So now what I do is I check the diameter of it. Let's see. Let's not be loud. Yeah, that's what it is. It says I have a phone call. There we go. Okay, I don't know if I can change that. Yeah, I can do that. Notifications off. There we go. That's better. My internet may not be the best out here in the shop either, so. Malfunction. Technical difficulties. I hate this. I really hate this mount. But that's all I got. I think my internet's messing up because it's freezing up. Maybe. Huh? It says it's live. I don't know. Yeah, but it doesn't look like the quality of this is the best. Let me see. Quality is low. Let's see. I'm trying to get this. See what this does. Huh. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, my internet's been acting up lately, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. Come on. May have to do this. I don't know. It says it's running, so I don't know. But yeah, so now what I have is I have that right there, and I'll set this back up here, and I check it with my micrometers here. So I'll double check what this dimension is, and okay, because right now I'm supposed to be 247. I'm 246.95. So that means I'm 0.00005 off, which my book, that's pretty accurate. I try to stay around there, and that's pretty daggone good. I mean, that's really accurate, to be honest with you. That's within a tenth of being right. So I'm not going to change that. So I'll go ahead and cycle start. Again, so now it's going to come over and cut it off. Usually I have my air compressor on so I can blow the coolant off, but I forgot to turn it on. So I just break it off like so, and this is what I'm ended up with. This is what it leaves on the backside. I'll take care of that when I drill it. So this is it. Voila. We'll go run inside real quick and get my bin for the parts. It'll take 2 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and turn my compressor on. It might be a little noisy, but that's not as loud, but the door was loud. But yeah, I mean, I got the show coming up. I got these little bins, bought them from Harbor Freight. Maybe some labels. I'll put them in there and keep on rolling. Because right now I have, all these are Sierra style, Wall Street 2s, blah, blah, blah. I got these are the Gatsby Grands. I turned those. I put them in separate bags so I know which ones. And these are Sierra Vistas. So, yeah, fun times. And what's good about this, my program here, is I could just hit, I have it set up where it moves in, and that's my stop for my next thing. God, my internet's like bad out here. It's hard to watch the thing. Back out of that. Maybe it'll load back up better. I don't know. Yeah, it's my internet is messing up over here. I had to back out and go back into it, so that's why I missed some of the comments. I'm gonna go back and read some of them, see if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is neat to see how cut the bushings. I mean, they're bigger machines to do it, but it works for me. I can do them here at the house. Um, it's not, if I need to make a couple bushings here or there, I can come out here in a couple hours, make it. So once I got the stop there, I'll loosen up my chuck. Now I bring my material to the part right there, and I tighten it back up, like so. Hit cycle start again, and it moves it out of the way. And what's cool about it is, if I didn't have that, I'd have to come in here and pull the part out, measure it every single time. So this way, I use that as a stop. Some people use a solid bar, but I don't have the tool spaces to do that right this second. I guess I could use my center drill and move it off like a 1/4 inch off center and use that, but it's already on this tool, so I don't have to change, quote unquote, change tools. Because really, I don't change tools. The tools are all in line. So if I had a turret, it would have to index to the next tool and come over it. Actually, this is faster than the turret, the Tormach turret anyway. So it is pretty good. So now I'm just going to cut the. I've got it now to where it's the tolerance is good, the accuracy is good. So now I'm just repeating, rinse, repeat. Yeah, that's true, as long as it works. I'd like to get a setup out here to where it's kind of like a permanent streaming, so I don't have to use my phone to stream. But this is good for now. Never reach in with your fingers. Never. I use pliers. Never ever reach in with your fingers to clear chips, because you might come back without a finger. So. Yeah, once I get it set up, the biggest thing for me was holding the repeatability. That's the big thing. Holding tolerance for one thing, and just the repeatability is crazy. Because when I contacted Tormach, because I was going to buy a brand new one and try to get it here, but I was talking to them about the repeatability and the accuracy and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, well, I don't know if it'll do that. Our tolerances are plus or minus this. I was like, okay. So I talked to several people in some other groups that have this lathe, and they're like, oh yeah, it'll hold that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So once you do a warm-up program and get everything warmed up, it'll repeat pretty good. Every once in a while, this will hiccup and then lose Z position for some reason. I don't know why. It's done it to me like 3 times, 4 times since I've had it, which is, I mean, it's not bad. To give you an idea, The last one I cut was 24695. This is the exact same number, 24695. So it's repeating absolutely perfect. Now, as it goes on, as I cut more, my finish tool will probably wear just a little bit, so I'll have to adjust it down a little bit, say a couple, tenths or so. It's not that big a deal. That's normal. It's normal tool wear. Uh, and that's just that. Even the most expensive machines are going to have you're going to have tool wear, so I'm not concerned about that. I like it. So far, it's treated me pretty good. I've done several different jobs, other than bushing. So I like it. The hardest part is coming up with the monthly payment on this thing, because I did buy it used. I paid $12,000 for it. So, and I had to borrow some money from myself. So the hardest part is coming up with the money to pay it every month. But not too bad. So far, I haven't missed a payment. They haven't had to come back and repo it. And I've seen that happen with other machine shops. They buy a machine, lease it or whatever, and forget a payment, and you come pick it up, which I wouldn't want that to happen. Hey, what's up, Johnny? I saw you earlier on Jake's stream. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not as exciting as him, so I'm just going over how I'm cutting my bushings. I'm just running some adapters. I got a show in March at the Mid-Atlantic Turning Expo, so just running some parts, getting inventory for the show. See, there's my tool comes up, sets for stop, and boom. Yeah, that's in Virginia. It's in Manassas. It's if you want to call it my home show, that would be my home show. I did the Ohio show, not this past show, but the show before. I did okay. I can't complain too much about it, but the last day was there was, I think, three customers in the building the whole time. So we kind of basically just sat around and talked to each other. All the vendors did. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a long drive. It was about a 12-hour drive for me to where it was. Then actually Parkersburg, this one was. Last year was in Ohio, I believe. But it was pretty fun though. I enjoyed it. I really enjoy going to the shows. I get to meet people, all the vendors. It's a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to go to one, I highly recommend it. If you can make it to the Virginia show, that'd be awesome. Michael Harding puts the thing on. Awesome guy, does a great job. Last year was my record year for sales, which I thought was absolutely just humbled, just honored that people bought from me like that. Oh man, I wish I don't know if no, I haven't met Troy in person. Or maybe I have. I think so. But yeah, Jason who puts that show on, awesome guy. I don't know if he's going to keep doing it or not. I heard that it may be the last year, next year. I don't know. Or actually it would be this year. But he's having trouble with attendance, which is a shame. But I don't know if he doesn't promote it enough, which it seems like he does. And I don't know, I mean, it's a good show. I had a lot of fun going to it. And after last year's show, we all ended up at Jason's house to hang out, have a beer flavored water for a little bit. So that I just checked it. I'm like within 1/10, so I'm good. Uh, yeah, he's a Marine. I I don't say ex-Marine because from what I heard, been told from another friend of mine that was in the Marines, there is no such thing as an ex-Marine. So fill the jar heads. You know, that's 2469. I'm still within 1/10. So that's number 3. That's true. No such thing as. Okay, something just happened. Hmm. Something just happened. The power just flickered or something. So I'm going to reset my machine and reset my Z because every time it does that, I don't trust the machine. I always reset it. So I'm homing it out so you get to see that too. Move it out 1.25 inches. I don't know what that was. That was weird because the lights in the shop flickered for a minute and then the machine went into e-stop. That is weird. And now I don't know if I have to grab my phone because for some reason. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it takes 220 power. My internet's messed up on my. I think it clicked my internet off in the house. So, but yeah, it's 220. And as the tool wears, yes, I have to buy new tools. Once they wear to where it's unusable, yeah, I have to buy new ones. But they come in a box like this. This box is about 80 bucks for the box, so it's about $8 to insert for these. And then I have the where are they? They are here. These are my rough-in inserts. If you can see right there, that's the rough-in insert, the same as that. Then the one I showed you before is my finishing insert. It's a sharp diamond pass. Yeah, they're carbide. They are carbide. This is about $90 a box. But the good thing is I get 6 edges to cut with. Each 3 on this side, and I flip it, and 3 on the other, which is good. But the other ones I only get 2. And when hold on, bear with me. When I'm cutting aluminum or plastic, I use these. See how they're like polished on the top and they got a nice sharp angle? That's for cutting aluminum and like my resins and stuff. No, I mean it's not too bad. I mean, 'cause out of one insert, my finishing insert, I can probably get 40, 50, bushings out of it. So it's not too bad. Maybe even more. Depends. If I'm only taking light cuts, they last pretty good time. I think my internet it clicked my internet off in the house. So maybe. Yeah, I think it did. Oh, nope. We're back. We're back. I'm trying to get to my streaming, but every time I do, it messes me up. There we go. Now I'm back, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Yep, it looks like I'm back. Okay. Whew. All right. So yeah, I forgot where I was going, but yeah, I have to buy new inserts. Just exactly, they're kind of the same inserts we use for wood turning, but these are designed for metal. I mean, technically, you could probably use those the wood turning inserts for metal. I mean, they would work if you weren't taking too much of a cut on it. But these here are designed for taking. I take a 30 thousandths cut every time it goes past, so it's not too bad. It is all right. I can't complain. I'm gonna put you back up here. I want to get a different mount because I hate this mount. It sucks. I stole it from my daughter, and she didn't like it. Now I understand why. Yeah, they probably would wear a lot quicker. Um, so, nope. Okay. Thought somebody pulled up in front of the house. I mean, a good thing about having the machine here at the house, I can just come out and bust out a few. So right now, I'm on tool. I gotta change tool. There you go. All right. So now I'm just setting back up here. Hold on. Give me a second. Since I had to reset, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm good. It probably is, but I just want to double check. It's pretty good. Okay, so that's good. Actually, it was pretty good already, but I wasn't gonna trust it. The program is, yes, this particular one is a little different from what I'm used to, but it's not bad. So I'll go back out here, set my return point. I've updated the software a little bit. I'm used to doing programming a certain way on the machine I have at work, and this program's completely different. But once you figure it out, it's not too hard. Yeah, the material comes in the rods like this. I buy it from a place out of, I want to say it's Wisconsin, I think it is. I get it ordered in. It's a pretty good, the last order I had was, I just got it in. I get it like this here. And I get it cut to 24-inch length. It's 5/8 round. And it fits my machine easier. I don't have to cut it. And I can get 21 pieces out of length of bar stock. So it turns out pretty good. I like it. It's 17.4. I could go with other material, but this seems to last the longest. The machine's really good. And it lasts longer for you guys turning pins. So that's the big thing, is make sure it's you're not replacing them every month or so. Now my finished cut here on this one. I'm not fancy with all the camera setups and stuff, so. Since that little hiccup, I'm going to double check and make sure this is still good. Sometimes see, I'm creeping up just a hair. So I'm at 247.1, which is still in tolerance. It's still good, but I'm going to adjust my offset down just a hair on that. So, but I'll do it on the next go around, because if I do that, I have to stop the program and restart it, and I don't feel like doing that. Because technically I can turn it to 247.5, but I try to stay at 247 just in case some bushings are drilled a little different, to kind of give it a little bit of a slop in there. Not slop's not the right word. A little bit of error in the mandrel bushing. Sometimes they're not drilled perfect. I leave it a tab on it so and break them off, because if I cut them off all the way, it falls into the bin where all the chips are, and I don't feel like digging through there. So call me lazy, but hey. It's the way it is. I've had to search through many a chip to find parts before, so. It's not fun. I was going to change the offset. I forgot to do that. I'll do that now. Minus 0.0003. There we go. I run a laser at work as well, and I cut a bunch of small parts, and I have to dig through the bottom to get those. That's not fun. But I'm used to it. I've run a laser for 25 years now. One of those big lasers, 2,500 watt laser to be exact. Like I said, I did all these. These are all Sierras, Vistas, Gatsby Grands. I'm doing adapters now. Trying to get set up for the show. I usually do every 2 or 3, but since, yeah, there we go. Perfect. I usually check every 2 or 3. But since I had that hiccup and I make an adjustment, I always check it after the adjustment I make. So I only adjusted it down to 0.0003. So it came out perfect. It was like 246.8, 246. I have a full bin of chips out there, which I gotta take it to a scrapyard, which they don't give me hardly anything for it. It's like they count it as steel, even though it's stainless steel, but they count it as steel because it's magnetic. And since it's magnetic, they don't like to give me steel prices for it, or stainless prices, which kind of sucks, but I understand where they're coming from. If I can guarantee that it's 17.4 or something, they might work with me. I don't know. But really, it's not that big a deal. But it's if I took 300 series stainless down there, I'd get better price. But since 17.4 is magnetic, it can be heat treated. That's a major factor. I've had a customer want heat treated bushings, but in order for me to heat treat a set of bushings, it's gonna cost me $100. Whether I do 1 set or 50 sets, it's all the same price. It doesn't matter. So I guess I could have the bars heat treated, but that's an extra expense that I really don't want to do, to be honest with you. And they last long enough anyway to begin with, so. I know I have customers that they'll probably make a couple hundred pins out of a set of bushings, so that's not too bad, I don't think. I mean, that's just at least. As long as you don't beat them up, they'll last forever, you know? Turn this over here. Machine's not running, so I'll reach in and pull the chip. Yeah, I'm still going to have to raise my prices though. I hate doing it, I really do. Because to give you an idea, my prices have been the same since I started. And my material cost is gone up double. That stack of material I showed you, to my door, that's $400. And it used to cost me $200, but now it's $400. My material cost is doubled. Shipping cost is like doubled, but I've remained the same on my prices. Which, I mean, I get it. I am the most expensive ones out there, but they last 100 times longer than regular. And yeah, I guess I'm before it goes up. That's for sure. I think I'm going to go up. I was going to do it first thing this year, but I think I'm going to wait till like July or so. But I do need to go up. I hate doing it, and you know everybody says, "Oh, you know, like I have to go up. I have no choice." And I was like, "Yeah, I get it." I mean, I can keep the prices the same, but I got things to pay for. I mean, yeah, it started out as a hobby. Hey, that's true. An auto subscription, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up at some point. I really am. I was talking to my wife one time about it, and she goes, "You should go up." And I was talking to Kate Haro, a bunch of different people, and they're like, "Yeah, you have to go up because I mean, my material's gone up, electricity's gone up, gas has gone up, everything's gone up except my prices." And I know I'm the highest guy out there. I know I am, but at some point, you know, you got to do it. Unfortunately. Wow, it's actually, I'm impressed with the viewership. Every time I've gone live, I've got maybe one, maybe two viewers at a time at the most. This is pretty cool. Yeah, they do last a lot longer. I've had people buy them from me, and they last, forever. I've had customers that they've been using the same bushings from me for like 10 years, and I'm like, wow, I'm impressed, to be honest with you. So can't complain. Somebody made a comment one time that I'll make them too good. I should make them to where they wear out faster so I could sell more. I mean, technically, I guess I could, but I don't like to do that. I like to give the best quality product that I can to the customer. Uh, Even if it does have, they don't wear out as fast, but I would rather somebody have a good product that lasts a long time that you don't have to keep buying over and over and over and over again before it's needed. So if anybody can make it to the Mid-Atlantic Turning Expo in Virginia this year, that would be wonderful. I think it's midatlanticexpo.org. I don't know. Just you can Google Mid-Atlantic Turning Expo and it'll pop up. I'm going to be there. Speakeasy's going to be there. Diamond Cast, Classic Nib, Barry Gross, Crosscut Creations. I think Blankworks. I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check. Curtis Turntex is going to be there. I'm going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there. A lot of vendors. So it'd be a lot of fun. All right, cool. So I know Michael puts on a pretty good show out there in Manassas, Virginia. I think this is I'm gonna say 5th year doing it since he started, and the first one was 2020, and it was supposed to be first part of 2020, but you know how that went. So it was like in July or August of 2020, that one was. So that was my first one. I had no clue what I was doing. I mean, nothing, no idea. I was going in blind. And since then, I mean, it's been a blast. And so if you ever get a chance to go to one, they are absolutely terrific. I love doing them. I just spent, I made some kitless pin mandrels not too long ago, and I had to finish them up, and they were actually pretty darn good. I think my internet's acting up again. So I'm not seeing any of the comments. Now it's working, I think. I'm gonna remove you guys and see what comments are here, if there is any. So bear with me with my camera work. So I don't know. I'm not seeing any. Yep, okay, that was the last one. What was that, Larry? So what are they going to cost now? You mean when I go up in my prices? I'm only going to go up like $2 a set. So if they're 18, they're 20. If they're 33, they're 35. I mean, it's not that much, but considering my material cost has doubled over the past, how long have I been doing this? Since 2015, maybe 16, somewhere around there, 10 years. I mean, it's not drastic, but I mean, my shipping costs is, like I said, my shipping costs has increased, my material costs has increased. So, but I've kept my prices the same. So, I do offer free shipping on all my stuff as long as it's in the, in the United States. So I try to keep it decent. But I look at it this way too. I mean, it's a tool. It's not like it's something that you're going to replace every 2-3 weeks. It's not like that. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, in my opinion. Of course, it's I'm going to say that, right? But I've been using sets that I've made, 10 years ago, still using them. As long as you don't hit them a lot, unless, Steve. But anyway, as long as you don't beat them up too bad, they'll pretty much last forever. I mean, you're going to spend $20 on a carbide tip to turn, and those wear out. So it's not that much different, really, to be honest with you, in my opinion. It takes me about, I would say about 2.5 minutes or so to run from bushing to bushing. So. Yeah. So I know the negative rake ones are like, unless they've gone up, I haven't bought one in a while. But they're $20-something a piece, I think it was. So it's not bad, but you're going to use them and they dull and wear out, so you know it's going to be an expendable item. So. I don't even know how many I've done. 9. Pliers, not fingers. I got some walnut for sale if anybody wants some walnut. Hey, Troy. My memory's bad. Did I see you at the Ohio show a couple times ago? I think so. I think that was you. I'm not sure. Like I said, yeah, I'm not to sound mean or anything, but it's hard to remember everybody that comes to the shows. Like, hey, I saw you at the show. It's like, okay. I mean, you see so many people at these shows. It's hard to remember everybody. So if I forget, bear with me. It's not intentional by no means, but I think so. I think I saw you. I think I saw Troy at the show. Could be wrong. Right on the money. On the money. On the money. Oh, I forgot to set my counter, so I know how many to make. Or how many I have made, I should say. I'm lazy. I look at the computer and see how many cycles it's run, so I know how many I've made. Not like it matters. I'm running the whole bar anyway, so when it's done, it's done. So when I'm done, break it off like that. And that's what I have on here. Pretty simple. It's like, ooh, shiny. I had one of the shows I did, I had another vendor come walking up and checking them out and looking at them, and they were like, ooh, these are shiny. I was like, yeah, they are. And this is how you're going to get them. Obviously, I'm going to drill the backside, but I don't deburr them. I don't run them through any machine to take the burrs off. As I'm cutting, I'm putting chamfers on everything so it's nice and smooth, and you don't have to, run them through a deburr machine to get rid of anything that's on there. So once I drill it, I throw it in the bag and it goes out to you guys. Yes. The Gatsby and the Sierras are the same. Now, if you have a Gatsby Grand, those are different. And the Sierra Vistas are different. So the Sierras, I've run those here. These are all Sierras. There's 15 sets in here. I just need to drill the backside of them. Put the 60-degree center in the backside, and those are done. I might run another stick of those. I've got some diamond painting ones to do. And see, are these bushings larger? What do you mean, Larry? Are the bush, this side is a little bit bigger than the ones you're going to buy from the stores, because these actually fit the tube. Let me see. Yeah. Because this is what you have here. It goes in there, and this one goes in here. Now, that's the way it's going to be. Elephant picture. Yes, there is, Steve. Absolutely. Yeah, I've got. Was it? How much? Did you message me about that? Like I said, I'm bad on message, but yes, I am planning on putting I'm not sure if it was you or not. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm bad with names and stuff. But you want to put a 3/8 larger diameter on the, so it'll fit in. I think because they're having issues with it pressing into the resin and it's leaving a mark or something. I'm not 100% sure what it was. I saw a picture of it. But yeah, I can put any size you want on there. Yeah, absolutely. I can make them 3/8. Yes, you're right. The regular bushings for the Mesa is the Mesa. Is that like the, I believe that's the Vista, the Sierra Vista. Um, so if it is, I have the Sierra Vistas. I don't know if I have any in stock right now, but I do have. I did turn some yesterday, so I do have these. The Mesa is a Sierra. Okay, so yeah, then they will fit. They'll fit a lot better. Trust me. I mean, okay. If you have, like, so these are mine here. You hear a pop. That means there's hardly any play whatsoever. I mean, if you see that, I push this bushing in, it pushes that one up. See that? So that's how much it creates pressure in the tube, so it pushes the other one out. So, and another thing too is once you're turning between centers like that and it's more accurate. I mean, everybody says that, bit mandrels, yes, that is possible, but my opinion is you have slop on the hole that goes on the mandrel, you have slop in the bushings, and if you're not centered, you're going to have non-concentric tubes, and that's where a lot of people, the biggest term that they use is they say out of round. But technically it's not out of round, it's non-concentric. But every time somebody says that online, I don't want to be that guy to correct them, but I just to say, well, you're not going to have those issues with mine. So you know how it goes. But yeah, it's non-concentric. Your centers are not on the same center, so one's off from the other, so it appears to be out of round, but really out of round is not the correct term. But I don't really fuss about it because that's what everybody's been saying, so I don't really correct them that much. But sometimes I'll say, well, when I'm at shows, I say it's not out of round, it's concentric issues. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got 9, so I'll do this. All right, it's resetting my counter on the control. Yeah, I don't want to be, I don't want to come across as being a jerk when it's like, well, no, you don't know what you're talking about. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to, educate people in the correct terminology that, as a machinist, out of round means it's oval, but it's not oval. It's just the centers are shifted. And that's the thing. That's what people consider out of round, but I appreciate that, Steve. I really do. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, get your nickels and dimes ready. Save them up. Yeah, I do. I feel, my opinion, I make the best bushings you can buy. I mean, I take pride in my work. And if there's any issues with any of my products, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will make it right. Usually, if it's something that I messed up, I just throw another set in, get it out to you, no problem. I don't even question it. And and I'm the designer, I'm the machinist, I shipping, packaging, everything. I'm one person, so I'm human. Sometimes I do mess up. I mean, it happens. Like I made the mandrels for the guy, and to be honest with you, I had it in my head. I had a number in my head, and I measured it, and it was right. So I went ahead and threaded it, and the threads were wrong. So he contacted me and said, "Hey, the threads are not working." I was like, "Well, they should be. I measured them right." Come find out I didn't. So he sent them back to me. I double checked it, and sure enough, I messed up. The threads were way too big. The diameter was too big. The pitch was right, but the diameter was too big. So I put them on here. I turned them back down. I re-threaded it, checked it with his part, and it come out perfect. So that's just, I do make mistakes. And sometimes it's an honest mistake, and sometimes, I miss it. Like I said, I'm one person, so I try to catch everything, but sometimes I don't. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, they will last you a while. I know there's another guy out there, out in Ohio, that's making bushings. Um, I can't speak for him. His product looks good. I'm not going to bash another guy's work whatsoever. But I am going to say that I feel mine are the best ones out there. And if he feels his are the best ones out there, hey, that's the way he feels, that's the way I feel. If you don't stand behind your own product, then what are you making them for? Like I said, I started making these things years ago. I made some for myself, and I really wasn't planning on making them for other people, to be honest with you. But then I made a set, and then on the old days of IAP, I posted them up, and next thing you know, I had 30 orders that night for people wanting bushings. I'm like, oh, okay, there might be a thing for this. So then I started making them and sold them. Yeah, I stand by my product 150%. I really do. If it's wrong, it's wrong. if it's if it's something I can fix, I'll fix it. But if it's not, if I can't fix what I got you, I'll remake it. That's it. I mean, yeah, it cost me to remake them, but I look at it this way. It costs more to lose you as a customer. And if I can make you happy and fix the issue, or resolve the issue, I should say, but like I said, things happen. I'm only human, so I try to get the best thing out there I can. So yeah, this was a hobby to begin with. I'm not sure if I guess a lot of people have the same way of doing things. When I started into this hobby, I was making pins like everybody else. And I'm like, I sold a pin or two, and I'm like, wow, man, this is awesome. I am going to make a fortune off of this. Selling, $80, $100, $150 pins. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I can't believe this. Then I didn't. I'm probably saw maybe 5, 6 pins a year at the most. I mean, it's not bad. But then I started making bushings, and then it turned into making tools for pin turners. And that's where I'm at now. And I enjoy it. And machining is my day job. And people say I'm crazy because then I come home and machine some more. But I'm still enjoying it. I still love what I do, so I can't complain. I want to do a kit list myself. That's on my bucket list. And what confuses me the most are all the different taps and dies, which it's not an issue. I could do everything on here, but I really wouldn't have to buy anything because all my external and internal threads I can do on here. I could do triple start, double starts on here. It's not an issue. I haven't done them yet, but I know it can be done. But I just, like, do I do a 13 millimeter, do an 11 millimeter, a 10 millimeter? This one takes this, I'm really confused on all that stuff. But I don't know. I want to make one. And from what I've heard, it just depends on what you want, how you want it to look. And there's no set precedent on what you have to use. This one, you have to do this size, you have to do this size. I think the only thing that's set is the threads of your nib, and that's really about it. I think I could be wrong, but that's from what I understand. I've had people tell me it just depends on what you want to do, and you don't have to do double start threads. I mean, as far as I know, it just takes longer to thread the cap on, but most people do double start, triple starts, whatever. But you don't have to, from what I, talked to several people. It said, but most people don't want to sit there and, thread the cap on. That's the main reason. It doesn't say you have to. Yeah. For the tooling for the wood lathe, I would imagine you need all the mandrels, all the taps, the die holders, and all that stuff. Yeah. Fortunately, I had to spend a lot of money to get, to do it without it. You know what I mean? But that's the advantage of this way versus the other way. But I could do all my drilling and tapping on here and then do all my shaping on the wood lathe, but I could do all the shaping on here too. But then that comes down to, okay, is it still handmade? That's a big controversy. Is it still handmade? Technically, yeah, but it's made by a machine, so I don't know. Yeah, it is a little bit of money to get started on that, especially on a wood lathe for the tooling. It can be expensive, but I am going to. My parting tool seems to be getting a little dull. So I am going to change that real quick. It's not this one, it's this one. Isn't it this one? Or is it the other one? Nope, it's the other one. Or it's somewhere over here. What do I do with it? think this is it. I think this is it. This is it. This is it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, no one has to know. You're right about that. Okay, so that one there is a little dull. So I'm going to verify that this is the right insert. It should be 80 thou wide, I think. Yep, that's it. Just changing my insert to where, because it was, I wasn't getting a good enough finish on the back side, so I went ahead and changed the insert to a new one. There goes $7. But that's the way it goes. I have a bunch, got plenty of inserts. So these are my parting inserts. They work pretty good. These are by, to be honest with you, these are a Chinese brand. I like Sandvik. I like Iscar's pretty good, but Iscar is a little bit pricey for their stuff. I have some Iscar tooling. As a matter of fact, these here are Iscar. These work really well for my finish pass. I'm looking into changing my roughing tool out to a different style insert, but don't know yet. I got to get a new bar holder for it, but all in all, it's not going to be too bad. I think I'm going to go with the CNMG instead of a WNMG. I think I have one here. Yeah, I do. It looks like that right there. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Focusing on the thing, so I'm going to try to do this. Hopefully it'll focus on it better. There you go. Okay, yeah, see, no issues, man. When I was getting into the diamond painting world, I guess you want to call it that, I made a set with the 300 that it is now, 350, and 4. Okay, I sent them out to, I think I sent them out to Zach, NV Woodworks or Resin Work Studio now. I sent them out to him to test them, and he come back with he preferred the smaller. I said, okay, so that's what I went with. I can make them any size you want. Make them 3/8, 350, 4 or 5, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. Literally, it's just changing the number in the program, so I could do that no problem at all. Yeah, I mean it's not hard. I have several different sizes that I've made for people, so I may have already got a program for it. If I don't, it's just a matter of making another one. It's not hard at all. I mean, that's the easy part, to be honest with you. You know, it's like, and I know I'm telling my secrets here, but when when somebody asked me, do you do custom bushings? I'm like, yeah, I do, you know, so with this size and this size. I was like, yeah, it's just a matter of changing literally 4 or 5 numbers in the program and I have a new set. So unless it's something completely different, like lengths of things are different, that's not a, I'll have to change a little bit more, but still a custom set is not, I'm not going to say custom. It's just a matter of just, it's no different than me running a Sierra set. Then now I have to do a set for Sierra Vista. Okay, so it's 2 different bushings or different sizes. I'm just writing a new program. That's my secret. Don't tell anybody else. That custom is not really custom. It's just changing the number in the program. Nah, but that's cool. But yeah, I mean, if it's a standard size that I make all the time, it's not an issue. If it's something I'm not, it's all the same pretty much. It's not a big deal. I have the diamond paintings on the website. So if you wanted to, you can go on there, order the diamond painting ones, and then in the notes, there's a section you can put notes in. Tell them you want a 3/4, 3/8, not 3/4. That's pretty big. 3/8 larger diameter, and I'll know exactly what you're talking about. And that because I do it that way because if I do like messenger and emails and stuff, they get kind of lost. To be honest with you, I don't check my email every day. I should, but I don't. Um, so if it's through the website and I have an order for it, it won't get lost. Is what I'm saying, and it's easier for me to keep track of everything because messenger and this, and, you know, like an email, messenger, text. There's 3 places I have to check to get, or I could just go to the website and say, okay, I have an order for XYZ, and it makes it simpler for me. Yes, it does use, actually well, it has a conversational side, but it converts conversational into G code. But if I create a conversational program, I can go back and edit the conversational to create the G code. And if I only use G code, I can't redo the conversational, if that makes sense. If I go on Fusion and write a program for Fusion and dump it in here, I can only edit G code. It doesn't do the conversational side. Now, if I create conversational, it'll do it. So, like, let me grab this real quick. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay. So here's my program right here. It's all G code. I'll go up here. See, that's all G code. Oops, that's too far. There you go. It's a good example of it right there. So it does G code. It'll do everything, you know. And like, for example, let me see, like conversational, if I click that, it brings up that. So, okay, I want that diameter to be that. I'm going to go back that far in Z. My initial stock is 5/8, so I'll just put 630. And then do I want a radius in the corner? What am I finishing out my Z as? My finished depth of cut is 10 thousandths. My roughing depth of cut is 15 on this particular one. You know, and it goes to, you know, my finished surface speed is 200. I'm maxing my spindle out at 2,000. I'm taking, this is actually, yeah, and then, you know, I'm doing 2 thousandths per revolution. So that's how I write the program. And it works out pretty good that way. But if I go to the file, you know, it goes back to the G code. It's writing G code from the conversational side. It posts it out in G code, but it's, yeah, if I create it in conversational, I can edit conversational. If not, I have to go in here and change these numbers. Like, for example, if I want to go, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? like let's see, where's it at? Like keep hitting the wrong one. Okay, this is a good example. Okay, like for example here, this right here tells me I'm going to 300 surface feet. That and my D is going to be that's my spindle at 2,000 RPM. Now I'm going to have G95 tells me okay, that's turning it into feet per revolution. So now I'm taking 5 thousandths every time one revolution of the part. It takes 5 thousandths off. And that's what it's telling me to do. I can come in here and change that number to 10 thousandths. Now it's taking 10 thousandths per revolution. But I found out this machine won't do the 10 thousandths revolution. I mean, it will, but it struggles. So I back it off to 5 and I get really nice cuts. So it takes me longer, but I'd rather have a quality product than having something that's break my machine over. If I push it too hard, my machine will wear down faster, and I don't want to do that. So that's what it does. And everything in there means something. It does. Every number is something. So knowing how to read that, know you can edit things on the fly. Um, so if I need to tweak something really quick, I could just go in there and say, okay, instead of 5 thousandths, I'm going to do 10 thousandths or 7 thousandths, 6 thousandths, whatever. Or if I see I'm getting too rough of a finish, I'll back it down to 3 thousandths per revolution or whatever. It's just mattering, what to do and how to do it. That's all. I mean, it's not, once you get the hang, I've been doing this stuff for, oh gosh, 20 some years now, 25 years maybe. Yeah. Been editing and programming. When I first started, I was actually programming the G code and writing everything out. Because when I first started doing it, we didn't have software to do it. Now we have all the software to write the programs and da 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 and all that stuff. So it's easier now than it was 25 years ago. When I was first started with this, I didn't have a lot of the right tooling. So I had right hand tooling versus left hand tooling, and then on the lathe, depends on whether it's spinning this way, forward, or reverse. So when I would edit in conversational, there was no way for me to tell the machine to go in reverse. So I had to go into the G code side and edit it instead of M3, do an M4 and reverse the spindle to make it cut right. So if I made a change in conversational, it automatically reverts it back to M3, which is forward. And I'd have if I didn't do that, it would try to cut it in reverse and it would mess up my insert and crash the machine. So crash the machine, no good. You're right, it has. I mean, the technology, they've got it now to where you have these AI assistants that actually write G code programs on the models that you import, which is crazy. But the problem I have with the AI, it doesn't know that this wall is too thin to cut. It doesn't know this. It doesn't know that. As a machinist has been doing it forever, that person knows, well, this isn't going to work. I don't care how you cut it. It's just not going to work. So therefore, AI will get the program going, but it's not a be all end all. You know, I mean, AI is great for stuff. Yeah, I get it, but sometimes it doesn't use common sense. If that, you know what I mean. I have to clean my shop out big time. $246.8, which is, and I've only adjusted it once since I've been doing this, so it's not too shabby, I must say. That's a good idea for Emmy. Oh, okay. Cool. I know. Yeah, that's a good idea. Huh. That way it's not copyrighted. Just saying. I know a lot of people do like images and stuff and the copying stuff off Google and stuff like that, which I mean, okay. But I could see AI doing a pretty good job at that, really, to be honest with you. Pretty good. I'll be right back for a second. Yeah, I've never used like the AI stuff to create things like that. I never had luck with it. I know it's user error, but I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm kind of technologically impaired. I mean, I can do a lot of stuff, but that's why I pay somebody to take care of my website for me because I don't know how to do it. And I know everybody's like, "Oh, it's easy. You can do it yourself." Yeah, but if I have a problem, I call. I say, "Hey, it's not working." They're like, "Okay, give me a minute," and it works. So I can't complain. So I'm getting ready, and thinking in July I'm gonna switch over to a lot's happening in July. Prices are gonna be going up a little bit. I'm gonna switch over to Shopify because I think I can do that myself. But I have to switch it over. Yeah, a lot of people just go to ChatGPT or go here, go here, go here, create an image. Every time I've done it, the little circle just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm like, how is everybody else doing this? And I'm like, I'm lost. I just get confused. And I turn it off and go walk away. But that's just me. Use Shopify because I've heard a lot of people switching over, and that's pretty simple. Yeah, I know it costs. I think when I looked at it, if you pay for it on a yearly term, it was like $29.99 a month or something like that. So you're talking like 360 a year. But I just I don't know. But it's more user friendly, like you said, and that's what I'm interested in. Because with the way I have it now, I have it open cart and it's free. But I mean, it is free, but it isn't free. It costs me like $8 a month, roughly, for my website guy to host it for me. Basically, I could do it myself, but if I have problems, then I gotta fix it, and I have no clue how to do it. So there's a lot of background stuff that goes on, technical stuff that I don't know about, and I know the Shopify handles all that. Basically, it's just like from what I understand, it's more of like a point and click. You just say, okay, I want this here, make it happen, and it's always updated. And with mine, if it goes outdated, I have to update to the new version. So, and that's where my guy does that, and I don't do any of that stuff. Yeah, I know it's cheaper to pay by the year, and that's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's 300 some dollars a whack, but I'm also paying for Fusion 360, which is like about 400 some a year, so I could just lump it in with that, I guess. Yep, should be 14 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. 14. Woohoo! It works. Yeah, my son and I use Fusion 360 for doing our 3D stuff. I haven't done any on the programming yet, but I'm gonna have to learn how to do it. I know a buddy at work, he uses 360 for his stuff. Yeah, I hear you, man. I just when it comes to the technical stuff, I'm lost. Really am. Grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back. this right here. I know my stream's kind of boring, but production like this is not exciting. But the conversation is, I can tell you that much. Okay. This is weird. I haven't had this happen yet on here. Here we go. When the chips get wound up on the part, sometimes it won't move to break off, so I got to clear the chips out. Every once in a while I'll do that, not very often. Hands out of the way. When things are moving, don't want to crush you. Yeah, but I don't go live on a schedule. It's just whenever I'm out here and if I want to go live, I do. So it's hard for me to schedule a live, you know what I mean? So it's more or less like a pop-up. And, you know, I'm not too concerned about like having tons of views and stuff. I just like to do this and then conversate with people. That's a lot of fun. And that's what I enjoy the most. So, but yeah, I mean, I would like to get more viewers, yeah, but it's not that important to me. So like, if that makes sense, I mean, I'm not trying to say it's not worth it, but I just like to get on here and have fun. It's not necessarily like, oh, I got to grow my channel. I got to have 50,000 subscribers. I got to do this. I got to do that. That's not what I'm into. I'm not concerned about making money off of YouTube. Really, I'm not. Oh, that would be awesome if make a living at it, but no, I'm not going to do that. But, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I used to go live, I'm going to say back in 2010-ish, 2011, 10, 11, somewhere around there. I used to go live on a service called Ustream TV, and I would advertise going live on there, like, hey, I'm going live at 5 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever it may be, and I would get I would, believe it or not, I would have 40, 50 viewers watching at the same time, and to me, that was mind-boggling. That people were actually, I had a friend, you might know Fred out at P-Town Subby. He called me up one time and he said, hey, I can't believe that a pin turner is tuning in to watch another pin turner turn pins. And I was like, I can't either. It's insane. And and I was like, okay, that would be, and I'm not going to say I was the first one, but at the time, I don't think I remember seeing anybody doing that. Not on a large scale. So I could have been a pioneer of that. I don't know. But I would get on, turn pins and polish and stuff and put them together, and people were tuned in to watch, which I thought was just crazy. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Some people think YouTube's going to make them rich. But what they don't know, it's like anything else. You got to put in a lot of hard work to make it profitable, let's say. And I've seen a lot of YouTube people like really fast and then have to take a break because it's very demanding. I should say. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I learned from other pin turners. There's a lot of things that I picked up, and you know the old saying is you ask 10 pin turners how to do something, you're going to get 25 answers. So there's no one way to do it. And the way I look at it is whatever works for you and you get the results you want, that's the correct way to do it. That's my opinion. And that's the way I feel. Like I do my pin turning my way, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll watch somebody else and I'll try their method. And if that works for me and I get good results, that's the way I'm going to do it. And what I like about this hobby, I guess you want to call it that, there's no hard rules to follow. The only rules you have to follow is if you're mixing resin, if you're stabilizing, if you're doing this. Those are things that have to happen in a certain way. But after that, that's it. I go online and talk to people, and people promote my products, which I greatly appreciate. Trust me. It's like I said, I'm a person. So if my product gets advertised, promoted by somebody else, I thank you so much. I really do. And there's more than one way to turn between centers. Is my way the best way? My opinion, yes. Your opinion, maybe not. As a matter of fact, Guy Les Elm, I think is, yeah. He'll go on there and somebody's talking about bushings and stuff, and he'll go on there, don't use bushings, do it this way. Okay, that's one way to do it, absolutely. Is it the way I want to do it? No. Will it work? Absolutely. Will my way work? Of course. Will his way? Of course. Yours way? Yours way. Your way? Of course it'll work. But, it's one of those things where whatever works for you is the way that you should do it. And I'm not going to say you're doing it the wrong way, because you're not. You're doing it your way. And that's the most important thing. I actually, believe it or not, I taught myself CA finish is, for a beginner, it is a little tricky. When I first started doing a CA finish, I went to a woodworking show, and Barry Gross was doing a demo. He was doing a CA finish, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I went home, did it exactly the way I thought he did it. It was horrible. Didn't turn out whatsoever, any way, shape, like a good finish. But I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I finally got it down to where I could do a pretty decent CA finish. Is it the best finish? I know Jason Rose, he does an absolutely phenomenal finish. Everybody does a certain way. I do okay finish. I can make it look right. It might take me twice, 2-3 times to get it completely perfect. Sometimes I might sand through a little bit. I might do this, so I have to redo it. But eventually I'll get it, and it looks absolutely perfect. I can't do it first shot every time because I'm not that good at it. But yeah, CA finish is good. I know a lot of friction finishes are good. I appreciate it, Steve. I really do. I like I say, every sale that I make, every anytime somebody promotes my stuff, I don't know, it's hard to describe it. It's just like I'm grateful for that, because there's so many people out there that do it so many different ways, and there's a lot of people out there that make products that are great products. I go weird tangents, so bear with me. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess what I'm getting at, there's more than one way to do it. So I like bushings. People do without bushings. Some people do, like my adapters. Are they the best ones? They get you started. Are they perfect for? Is it going to solve your problems? No, but you know, Larry. You know, the accelerator. If I use okay. If I do a CA finish, if I put my CA on, the way my process is I do about 4 or 5 coats of thin, and sometimes I'll put 10 coats of thin on. Some people say, well, I'll do 5 coats of thin, 3 coats of medium, and this and da da da. And this is the perfect finish. Yeah, but I'll do those. I do the thin, and if I use the pump accelerator, it's horrible. I cannot get a pump accelerator to work. I use the aerosol, and I'll put a finish. Usually the thin dries pretty quick, so I'll do 3 or 4 coats without the accelerator. Then I'll just spritz it real quick with the aerosol, not the pump, because the pump is just, I can't get a good finish with it. I don't know what it is about it. I can't do it. Maybe it's my technique. It probably is. Is it the type I was using? I doubt it, but I can't get it to cure correctly. I get bubbles, and it's just weird. It's hard to explain. But with the aerosol, I don't have any issues. So I use the accelerator. This is the accelerator that I use. So this works for me. Mercury adhesives. I had a quick pin I had to make, and I didn't have any CA glue for it. So I got some from, I'm gonna say Ace Hardware or Lowe's. No, I got it from Lowe's. I did, and it worked fine. It was more of a medium consistency, because I don't think they had like thin at Lowe's and stuff. So it was medium, and I used that, and it worked pretty good. It gave me like a glass finish. I do prefer the Mercury Flex. I really do. I don't know. Maybe it's psychological. I don't know. But it's a good product. I think I like it better than the regular. I guess because everybody says it's more forgiving, which it may be. Maybe that's why it works. But usually I get a product, and if it works, I stick with it. I try not to change. Although I was getting really good results with my buffing system until I went to Magic Juice, and I will say I'm very pleased with it. I know a lot of people use it, so I like it. It gives me a good finish, good shiny finish. Yeah, Magic Juice is good. Michael puts out a pretty good product on that. I will have to admit it. He does a good job. So, but I was using a buffing wheel with the Blue Rouge, and I got excellent results with it. I did. So somebody said, "Well, try the Magic Juice." And I kept procrastinating. I don't want to do that. What I do works. And that's like, I was talking to Kate, and she goes, "Well, try this. So I ordered it. She didn't have the 1 ounce bottle. She only had 2 ounce in stock. So I was ordering some other stuff, so I just threw that in. I used it, and I was like, wow, now I get the hype. So I'm like, that's pretty good. Yeah, the low odor stuff. Yeah, I would agree. Sometimes the CA is a bit strong. Ain't gonna lie. So using a low odor might be good. Yeah, I've never used Zona paper. I never have. I use. Let me see. Where's it at? I got it here somewhere. Okay, I have, I don't know where I got it from, to be honest with you. But this is, it's micro, well, I'm showing it to my remote control over here. I have some micro mesh sheets that I cut up. And this is a 8,000 grit. And I have, all the grits separated in the bags. And I wrote on there what the grits were. And I like this. I mean, I have them and it works. So I haven't tried Zona paper. I've heard a lot of people like it and get excellent results. I just haven't tried it. I might get some and try it to see. But, I don't do that many pens, so I don't want to buy, some stuff and then it let sit here for a long time. But I like the micro mesh paper. It's wet. I use it wet, and I get really good results. It's like I said before. Once I get something down and it works, I stick with it usually. But okay, cool. Car wax. Yeah, I've never used car wax, but I hear a lot of people do, and it works really well. Uh-oh, I lost my bin. What the heck did I do? Oh, there it is. You talking about the CA glue, Larry, or what? I, I I used to store my CA in like the refrigerator, and it seemed to last longer. I think maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the freezer. I used to store it in the well, maybe I did. Might have been a freezer. I don't know. Could be. But I put it in the refrigerator and it's supposed to keep it. I used to keep my Alumilite in the refrigerator too, and it's supposed to help. But I just keep it in the office area. Same temperature all year round, so it's not so bad. Yeah, I've heard that the freezer does keep it longer, but I don't know. I've never really messed with it long enough to really. CA goes bad for me too quickly, I guess. Well, I don't use it enough to. I don't use it that often, so it goes bad. So I buy new glue. Um, Maybe I should keep it in the freezer. I don't know, maybe, but I used to. I used to keep it in the refrigerator. I have a fridge out here in the shop. I used to keep it in there, and it worked pretty decent, I guess. But I don't go through CA like most people do. I'll have to I'll have to put mine in the freezer then. It's 60 degrees in the shop right now. Yeah, I've got the last batch of CA I got was Loctite CA, and it's one of those things that was like, 6 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, evening. I needed to make a pen. I didn't have any CA because the CA went bad. So I ran to Home or Lowe's and got it, and it worked. So I was like, okay. It got me through the pen that I needed to make, and it was for my wife for her coworker. So it's one of those, hey, can you make this tonight? And I was like, yeah, sure. But I don't have CA to do this and this, and so I ran out and got some. Which, I mean, it worked good. It was a good shine. I can't say it wasn't. It was bad, but nice glass smooth finish. So I was okay with it. I was starting to get a little bit wear on my tool, so I adjusted it. So I'm going to measure this one just to make sure it's still good and see where we're at. I adjusted it a little bit bigger. That works. I'd probably go a little bit more, but that's well within my tolerance. It's well within the half a thou that I'm doing. Oh, and to show you how old school I am, this is the first set of digital calipers I've ever owned, digital micrometers I've ever owned, and they're Mentitoya. Love them. I've always used analog or mechanical, I guess you want to call it. Yeah, I learn a lot from other people, and I do a lot of modifications, if you want, if you will. I'll do it their way, and if it doesn't quite work, I'll change it up a little bit, but I'll kind of still keep the same idea. I mean, because that's how we get better, really. Is you learn how to do it. You get the basics down, and then you make it happen and change it up if you need to. And oh yeah, I changed my insert. I got a really good finish on the back now. That's cool. I don't think I've made 60 pins in my life. To be honest with you. And I see people making all these pins, which I it's their thing. I get it. But I'm like, somebody says, "Oh, I gotta order for 60 pins or 100 pins." I'm like, dude, where are you getting these orders? I said, I would love to do that, but I never got something like that. I would always get one pin and like, "Oh, can you do this for me?" I'm like, "Yes." Well, how much? I said, "Okay, it's $80." They're like, "Oh my God, that's expensive." I'm like, "Okay." But I would only do one here, one there. I make more pins as gifts than I do selling them. And I don't sell that many. Maybe I probably sold 4 pins, 5 pins in my whole life. So I just don't sell that many pins. I switched to this stuff. That way I can help you guys sell more pins. That's what I'm talking about. I want to help you guys make more money. Yeah, I made 3 pins for my wife's co-workers for Christmas. Three pins, yeah, did I say 3? Yeah, 3 pins, and all of them were giveaways. And one was 2 were Sierras, I think. I think 2 were Sierras, and one was a junior gent. And that's what I made. I mean, they turned out nice, really good. But didn't charge anything for them. Of course, you know, they're for the wife, for her coworkers at Christmas. I was okay with that. I like doing that. Yeah, I got that, Steve. I get that. I went back and looked through the website, and the diamond painting bushings are the top seller of any other bushing I have, which is crazy. I sell more of those than anything, which is crazy. To be honest with you, I thought my adapters were the highest selling ones, but no, it was the diamond painting diamond painting bushings, and I was shocked. I was like, wow. Not complaining, don't get me wrong. I like doing them, but man, I was shocked. I was surprised that the diamond painting were the most sold on the website. I was like, holy cow. You know, hold on. Okay, something made a weird noise. I was just caught my attention really quick. That's all. Let's see. Yeah. It really has. I'm surprised. I just don't. Maybe it's me, but I just don't see that many people doing it. You know what I mean? But I'm not in that whole hobby. So oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. I've got let's see. I've got this is a duck call mold that I have that I got from Michael Harding at Stadium Pin Blanks, and this is for a duck call. So and he has I had to make some silicone. Well, these are his, some silicone plugs so I can do a tube like a label cast on a duck call. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. I see my at the bottom. How's that? I have to make a new plug. Go on. Yeah, you know John over at Maverick Pins, right? He does. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know you do, Larry. And he makes what hundreds of diamond painting pens. I'm just like, dude, why are you selling these things? I'm like, this is crazy. But but yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Yeah, John's a good guy. I like him a lot. I met him last year at the Mid Atlantic Training Expo, and we talked a lot. He came around my table and stuff. We talked a lot about different things and stuff. And a really super nice guy. I can't say anything about the guy. And great guy. And I don't know know how him and Abby can make and sell all those diamond painting pens, which it's crazy. I appreciate that, Larry. I really do. I try to put out a good product. I really do. And if there's any issues with any of my products, please get in touch with me. My phone number is on my cell number. Phone number is on my website. And John thought I was crazy for that, but it is what it is. And where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. If you have any issues with any of my products, please contact me, and I will. Like I said, we've discussed this earlier in the stream. I will make it right, one way or the other. If I can't make it right, I apologize, and hopefully, I've never not been able to make an issue go away. As far as fixing the issue, resolving it, whatever. So I've always, my customer service, I hope and I strive to be second to none. So if there's any issues, like I said, please contact me. I will fix it. Okay, yeah. The cigars are, I just sent out a set of cigars to a guy. And he, I don't know if he's, so I answered all his questions best I could. And he seemed content on my answers, so. Who, Johnny? Me? What's my name? My name's Brian. Oh, okay, Larry. That's fine. I mean, I can work with you. I can. That's not a big deal. I try to keep everything like credit card or PayPal or stuff like that, but I could. I had a customer years ago. Well, you probably know, um, Don Ward. He's really big. Yeah, I know TBC. I'm call me TBC, call me Brian, call me whatever. I've been called worse. Let's put it that way. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, the these are really good. I strive to be the best out there. Um, if somebody comes along and does better, more power to them. Really, be honest with you. I hope not. But see, that's the thing. I Not too many people have the capability to make these things. So I'm kind of in a niche market. You know what I mean? So it's not like the average Joe Blow is going to be making these things. You have to have, the equipment. And it's just not everybody's going to make them. Can you make them on a wood lathe? Not necessarily these, but you can. If you had some aluminum, you technically could. But you need something like this, minimum. You know, and I was making them on a bigger lathe. I was using the lathe. It wasn't my lathe, so I was using it. I was borrowing it basically, which wasn't an issue for the owner. As long as I did it on my time and used my materials, my tooling, my everything, I could use the lathe, which was fine. It's a big Mazak lathe, and it worked perfect. That's where I got started on it. And this machine right here does just as good, and for like ridiculously less money. Yeah, the know-how also, absolutely, yeah, it's very much so. But I got the machine, so I can do them myself. Well, because the machine I was using, it broke, and it was broken. It had a Z spindle, had a Z controller, a spindle controller go bad in it, and we had to have it fixed. It was down for 4 months, so I was subbing out some of my stuff, which was fine, to another machinist that could do it. So then I was like, you know what? The machine didn't get fixed, and I'm like, you know what? I have to keep making these. I can't, because I was charging. Say my sets were $18 a set. The machinist was charging me $16 a set. No, $14 a set. So that was $4 I was making profit. Not really profit, because I had to ship it out. I was paying for shipping to go out too. So therefore, I was pretty much breaking even. And then after that, I was like, I got to do something. I got to bite the bullet and get something. So this lathe come up for sale, and I was like, you know what? I have to seriously look at it. And I made things happen, and it's sitting here. It was a learning curve to get it up and running. I mean, the process is the same on every lathe. It doesn't matter. I just had to learn the software on how to make it do what I want it to do. And it's fine. That's very true. The letter bits, numbered bits, depends on. I think I'm done running bushings today. I made all of these today on stream. There's 20 in here, so that's 10 sets. These are for the show. Hopefully, I'll keep them in stock. But the letter bits, number bits, and all that stuff. The biggest thing is if you get. Let me turn this. I don't know if you want to see this or not, but anyway, the I usually measure the tube, and then figure out what size bit works the best for that. So that's what I go with. I measure the tube. I measure the bit. A lot of times I'll drill it in a block of wood just to see how good a fit you're going to get. So just because the kit calls for, say, a 27/64 or a 3/8 or a 10.2 millimeter, whatever it may be, find a bit that works. That's basically it. Because sometimes, I guess the size that it calls for, it may allow for glue or whatever. I'm not sure, but if you do that, I think it's a better fit. Because sometimes I have drill bits that aren't not the right call out for the kit, but it works better. That's what I do. Just because it's a numbered bit or lettered bit, it doesn't mean it's the wrong one. It's just a better fit. So if it works, works. So that's about it. And hopefully I entertained you enough. But I'm very humble, very appreciative. I greatly appreciate all the people tuned in viewers and all that kind of stuff. The chat was awesome. It wasn't a whole lot, but not chat, chat was wonderful. There wasn't a whole lot of viewers, but hopefully people go back and watch it. I do have one video on my channel that I've got like, I'm gonna say 6,000 views on, going viral, right? But it's not pin related or anything. I showed how to change a belt on a Grizzly belt sander that I have. Actually, it's right over there. But I'm surprised. Out of all the videos, that's the one that did the most. I don't have a whole lot of videos up on my channel, but the whole thing, hit that like button, subscribe, all this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that makes a big difference. I'm pretty sure it does, but I'm not one of those guys. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. I'm not into making like tons of videos and tons of views, but just having fun. And I can't see the comments here. I gotta look up over here on the TV. So, oh, cool. I appreciate that, man. It's no big secret how I make them. They're made on a CNC lathe. I mean, programming is not that bad. Just have to know what you're doing, really. I mean, so far, knock on wood, I'm not going to say I've crashed this machine. I've crashed one of my tools. My cutoff tool, I crashed that. The machine didn't move. I told it to, but it's not the one I wanted to make, if that makes sense. So it run the tool into the part and bent the tool. So I straightened it out and fixed it. So far, that's the only thing that I've done. So if that's the only thing I've done, I'm doing okay. Now, I have crashed machines before. Don't get me wrong. If you don't crash a machine, you're not doing anything. That's what they say. But mistakes happen. So, all right, man. All right, Steve. We'll catch you later. I'm just reading. So, yeah, Larry. About having fun. That's what I like with this stuff. Would I like more business? Absolutely, I would. Somebody asked me one time, well, would you quit your job to do this? No. Nope. I don't make enough money to quit my job. I love my job too much. If I did quit my job, I'd probably have to, my wife will file for divorce. So, but that's how it goes. But, yeah, I love doing this. It's good to have a machine in the home garage, home shop, if you want to call it that. It's not a garage. Remember that. It's a shop. I love having it here. It's great. I don't like making the payments on it, but that's the way it goes. It'll be paid. I'm paying extra on the loan to pay it off early. So I'm hoping to pay it off in 2 years. And is it 2 years? Yeah. I should be able, in a little over 2 years, I'll have it paid off, and it'd be mine. So, then, because if the spindle's not running, it's not making money. That's the way it is. But yeah, had a lot of fun. All right, Steve, we'll see you later. I'm getting ready to hop off of here in just a minute. I might hang out for a couple more minutes. If anybody else has got any questions on anything, I'll be glad to answer them if got anything. If not, I'll hop out of here in a little bit. Taking me a sip of Diet Mountain Dew. It's my caffeinated Gatorade, right? Not a coffee drinker. Not a big coffee drinker. I tend to ramble on, but yeah, I like my Mountain Dew. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy doing these things. I've got, like I said, I'm prepping for the show, so I've got all these to go. These are all ready to drill. Obviously, the adapters I made, they're ready to drill. And what I do, I'm not going to drill any right now, but I'll show you the process that I go through to drill them. I'll go ahead and pop this off real quick and woo, go for a ride. Go for a ride. Basically, I have all these collets right here. These are different size collets for different size bushings. So the collet goes in there. The bushing will go in like this with the correct size collet. This tool here will come down and drill the center into it there. And then I take another one, I take it out, I'll put another one in and just repeat. You know, rinse, repeat. You know, that's basically all it is. So it's not too bad. It's pretty good. That process goes pretty quick. It's about, I think it's about 27 seconds every cycle time when drilling the backside of these. So it's pretty quick. It goes really quick. Like I said, those are all the adapters. There's a bunch of collets I have there for that. Some more collets. I got to order 2 more collets. And there, the Sierras and stuff. So yeah, it's oh, wrong way. So yeah, that's that's it. I think I'm gonna head out of here. Go take a shower because I think me and my wife we're gonna go out to dinner and a movie. I don't know what movie we're gonna see, and I don't know what we're gonna eat. But hopefully something good. Well, it's always gonna be good. Date night is always good. So anyway, you guys have a good one, and I will see you on the next live. Like I said, it's Brian here at TBC Bushings. If you need anything, go to tbcbushings.com. If I don't have it, numbers on the website, call me, text me, and I can make it happen one way or the other. Talk to you later. See ya. Bye. I don't know how to stop this thing. Oh, is it there? Yes. There we go.